Okay, YouTube, we're going to do a review of Windows 10. No, the water didn't kill the computer. The computer lives. It's okay. And I don't like that. I don't even know what the hell happened. Like, remember when I said, I don't know if any of you saw the last video. I'm sure I got a link up here somewhere. I was going to say, oop, that battery's not locked in. I should probably lock that in. I said that I was going to pull out the battery and slap it back in there, and that's what I did, and it suddenly just started working again. Like, I don't know how a computer can recover from water damage just by pulling out the battery and putting the battery back in. I can see my reflection. I don't like that, so I'm going to stand on the side here. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Windows 10 and how much it sucks. You know, it's no surprise that it was going to suck, but I mean, it sucks a lot worse than I thought it would. But I mean, still, this is the earlier version, and everybody knows that when Microsoft comes out with a software, you don't buy the earlier versions. Yeah, it's still booting up. Okay. Nice little screen. Better graphics. Let me put my password here. Okay. Doom, 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 doom. I'm sure you can tell by now that it's slow. Like, really slow. Okay. One of the new things that was introduced into Windows 10 was now you have Cortana. And actually, one thing about Cortana is if you don't have a microphone, she's worthless. And thankfully enough, the microphone on my computer works for Cortana, but they actually give you a notice. The microphone you have with your computer may or may not work with Cortana, so let's see what Cortana can do. Shut down. Oh, now we're opening up the internet. Oh, she's showing me how to shut down my computer is what she's doing. The thing I don't like about Cortana is she does not take orders. Everything you say to her, she takes it as a question. So if you give her a command to do something, she doesn't fucking do it. She's unresponsive, and I feel like I'm talking to the hologram from iRobot. You know, when he says, "I'm sorry, my responses are limited. You must ask the right question." And everyone, and like, Microsoft even advertised how she's better than Siri, and she's not. It's terrible. So let's try insulting her and see what happens. You're retarded. Oh, I gotta open up the internet again. Now she's looking at, you're retarded. Siri would say something like, I respect you, or that's not really nice, or whatever. Where were you made?
Words fail me.
You don't know where you were made. Siri knows where she was made. She's got a nicer voice than Siri, but I mean, that's just smoke and mirrors is all that is. She sucks. Cortana sucks. It's terrible. Unresponsive, completely worthless, doesn't do anything. All I can really do with Cortana is open up like a Word document or a PowerPoint or something. It's pretty much all she does. Or no, there's one more thing I can do. Open up the internet.
All right, opening Internet Explorer.
Yeah, that's all she does. Almost everything I ask her, she just opens up the internet. If you want to open the internet, just say, Cortana, you're a lousy sack of shit, and she'll open up the internet and look for a lousy sack of shit. And then when you open Internet Explorer with Cortana, you come to this page, right here. And I don't like that. Where's my fucking cursor at? And I don't like that. Whereas if, oh, it went to Google. That's the first time it's done that for me. Whereas if you just click on it with your finger, if you have a touchscreen or the keypad, then it opens, then it just opens right up without all that Microsoft bullshit. So that's why I don't use Cortana for opening up the internet. And yeah, it's weird. It never opens up Google for me. Like, I just get out of here and click on the internet. I know I'm using my touchscreen, but I never usually do because touchscreens on computers are kind of awkward and weird. I mean, like, you're sitting at your computer typing, messing around with the screen, you look like a fucking retard. So I only use it for videos. So yeah, this is usually what you open up to. And this is like the address bar right here. So say we want to go to YouTube, and there's youtube.com, click on it, and it goes straight to youtube.com, which is cool. Google doesn't do that, but I mean, Google's a search engine, so you know, that was just the address bar. If I wanted to go to Google, I could just type in Google on here and it would work. Another thing about Windows 10 is it completely, if you have a laptop and you have Windows 10, you might as well get a fucking desktop because the portability of this computer is no more. Like, if I unplug the computer, and I'm running it off the battery right now, and then I open up the internet, this is the problem it was giving me before. Let's open up the internet. Okay, it opened right up, that's surprising. Let's go to YouTube. As you saw, just like, a minute ago, it opened right up, but now that I'm running off the battery, it won't do shit. Come on, open up. Yeah, so if your computer's not plugged in, the internet won't work. It just, like, frickin' slows down. And reason for that being is when you're running a laptop computer off the battery, what they do to conserve power is they cut their performance by 25%. So some laptops, you'll notice the screen gets a little darker and everything runs a little slower. Well, with Windows 10, it's virtually impossible to use it off the battery, so the battery's fucking worthless now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so you saw it wasn't working, now let's plug the computer back in and try one more time. Alright. Yep, see, opens right up, right away. So yeah, that sucks. And it's also really glitchy. Like, there's just a lot of shit in here that tries to work but just doesn't work. Like, when I'm typing in a comment or whatever, like nothing happens, and then it goes bling, it makes a little noise, and then the comment goes away. So then I click on it again and it opens up, I start typing, nothing happens, and it goes bling and the comment goes away. In fact, you know what, I'm going to see if I can demonstrate that, but I just wanted to talk about it because this video is getting really long now. Let's see if it does that. I'm going to try to find a random video and type a comment. Whatever, where's a short video here? I don't even care. I just click on a random one.
Danger Dolan.
Oh, this guy's awesome.
From lazy they were the killer all along twists to magic bullets that fit.
Yeah, let's turn it off. So we're going to try to type a comment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I hope it doesn't work this time so I can show you what the problem is. So, open up comment. See if it does it. Is it going to let me type? It is going to let me type. Okay, cool. Well, after I use it for a while, it stops letting me type. It won't let me type anymore. God, this guy's got some pretty fucking scary videos. Anyway, so it doesn't let me type anymore. This whole thing just goes away, and it's like, it's almost as if I cancel the video, because then it just, or video the comment, and then, watch me click the X, and then it just does that, and then it makes a little bling noise. So then what you gotta do is, if you ever have this problem, is just hit that, and then rapidly freaking click on it, like crazy, and then you'll get the bar, and it'll look like you can type, but just keep clicking on it like crazy until you see the also share on Google Plus come up. So then you just keep clicking that like crazy, clicking that like crazy, clicking that like crazy, and there's just so many things wrong with this. I can't even make a video long enough, but I've said what I don't like about it. I mean, that's just basic shit I was doing right there. I'm just surfing the internet with what I was just doing there. So, yeah, Windows 10 is a lot worse than I thought it would be. As for OS 10 El Capitan, which I think is still on their beta right now, excuse me, their beta is better than the actual version of Windows 10. And, excuse me, I got some gas. And, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, and El Capitan beta is a lot better than Windows 10. Windows 10 sucks. If you've got Windows 8, stay with Windows 8. But you know what? Just get a Mac, because everyone goes, Windows is better than Mac because it's cheaper. Well, just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's better. I mean, like, you're hating Apple because you can't afford it, and that's not right. Their stuff's not overpriced. They give you more for what you pay for, even though it is a big price. Like, I mean, $1,300 for the new MacBook, which personally I'm very disappointed with. For some of you know why. There's only one port, and that port's for everything. It's your USB, it's your charging, and there's a little block you can get with it that's your hub to plug in everything else, and that sucks. But I mean, still, one of those would be better than this. And God, I mean, like, another thing I want to talk about is Apple's software has been the same, virtually the same, for almost 15 years. Yosemite kind of killed that streak, but it still operates the same. They've been running OS 10 for 15 years, whereas Microsoft has had 7 operating systems in that time, and only one of them has worked. Windows 7 is the only successful operating system by Microsoft. Like, Windows Vista was a failure. I mean, major failure. Windows 7 is basically Windows Vista, except it works. And then there was Windows XP, which was okay, but it still sucked. Then, of course, there's Windows 8, and then they came out with 8.1, and then there was Windows 2000, and then there was Windows 2003, which was their server software, which sucked. And there was Windows 2000, there was Windows Millennium, Windows 98, Windows 95. I mean, Windows has a history of shitty software, whereas Apple does not. Most of Apple's software has been good software. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. They brought the start window back. Yeah, so Windows 10 is pretty much the same thing as Windows 8, except it's a ton glitchier, and you got the start window instead of just the whole screen. So I'm cutting the video here because I'm going on 13 minutes. So don't get Windows 10, it sucks.